Hello my sweet friends and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tiffany and in today's video we are finally decorating my kitchen for Christmas. I am so beyond excited for this. I've been dreaming about this moment now for about a month, just kind of planning through what I wanted, and I just really am hoping to bring that sweet vintage nostalgic feel that I did in my living room here into my kitchen. Now if you are new to my channel, I have a kind of great room feel here in my dining, kitchen, and living room, and I want for them all to just kind of blend seamlessly together since you can see them all from all the different areas here. And so that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be decorating my little hutch cabinets here in my kitchen, as well as styling some things on my kitchen counters, and we're also going to be styling in my dining room. We're gonna save the coffee bar for a separate video because I've got some cute plans for that too. I hope you guys are here for it. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, my friends, to get us started, we are going to work on the hutch cabinet here in my kitchen. This is my favorite place to decorate, and I'm even more excited this year because we're going to be decorating with these adorable Santa mugs from Pottery Barn. These were a huge steal this year. A little bit of a splurge for myself, but I was so excited to grab them. We're going to start off by removing all of the items from the shelves. Have to be honest with you, I have loved the way that these have looked. They've been really pretty and neutral, so I was a little bit nervous about taking it all down, but figured we needed to start with a clean space. So I took everything down. I'm going to go ahead and give it a quick little wipe down so that it's dust free and we'll be ready to go. I didn't put anything away right away because I wasn't sure what I'd want to use out of the items I already had and new items. So I'm getting started with a pitcher there. That is actually from Michael's, you guys. I picked that up right before the fall. I thought it was really pretty and the shape of it was very cool. And then I added that Santa jar. That's actually from Target last year. And I added in that antique mallet. You're also going to see that I bring in a lot of little pieces of pine. Those are from stems that I picked up at Walmart this year. I actually went online to go try to find a few more and I wasn't able to find them. Then I went into the store, couldn't find them either. So I'm kind of regretting not buying more of them when I had the opportunity, but it is what it is. I have a few of them and they really do add a great little touch of greenery all throughout the decor. On the other side there, I just put up another plant on the second shelf there. I added back that riser with a cute little cloche with a tiny little Santa mug that's actually an ornament from Walmart. And then on the other side here, I am stacking those new Santa mugs from Pottery Barn. Like I said, these were a little bit of a splurge for me this year. I was eyeballing these last year and I love them. I was contemplating getting the white ones, the all white ones, to go with a more neutral Christmas. And I am so thankful that I didn't because I love the Santa red. I'm so glad that I stuck with this. And I've mentioned several times over the last few videos about the shopping I've been doing lately at local antique shops and general stores. And I have to tell you, I'm always so impressed with their displays. They're always really full and pretty and cozy. And that was the vibe that I was going for here in the hutch. It's also the vibe I went with in my coffee bar, which will be Friday's video. So make sure that you guys are subscribed. You are not going to want to miss that one. Down here on the bottom shelf, I am adding in this sweet little house that I believe was from Walmart last year in their Christmas section. And I'm just bringing in a lot of the items that I already had up here. Again, love the color and the neutral feeling that they bring. That little black chair there is actually the very first piece of decor that I ever bought here in New England. It's from a local farm stand and I love it. I think it's so sweet. It has lived in the same spot in this hutch since we moved in. I like that it's front and center there. I see it every time I'm in the kitchen because it's on that bottom shelf. I'm just layering in some bells and some more of that greenery. We're going to bring in another tiny little mug, and I am just loving the Santa vibe here in these shelves. Something I think I've brought up in almost every decorating video I've ever done is that I am constantly changing the decor that I do, rearranging things to make them fit my style. And sometimes you just have to try and retry. I really like the look of vintage items or antique items, things that look like they tell a story, like they've been around for a while. And so I try to mix those in with new decor, which is what I'm doing here. I've got that tiny little copper pitcher. It's a little creamer pitcher mixed in with that sweet little cake stand from Target last year. Do you guys remember those? They've got the red rim. And then I've got that little antique pepper grinder. Just like to bring in old and new to bring in as much charm as I possibly can to this new build kitchen. I love how this all looks together. Next up, we're going to work on this large counter here in my kitchen. I'm starting by, again, removing most of the items from the counter. I did leave my stand mixer there just because it's heavy and I knew it wasn't going to go anywhere else. I did recently refinish that. It was a gray color that I had already spray painted. It was originally red. I had spray painted it gray, and then I spray painted it again in this pretty heirloom white color, and I am obsessed with this. I love having it on my counter. I think it's so pretty. Moving into the corner over here, I'm starting off with this wooden tray that I picked up at Target several years ago, and I'm layering in another splurge this year. It's this adorable gingerbread house cookie jar from Pottery Barn. I wanted this last year. I'm so thankful I was able to snag it this year. Beside it, I am adding in a small little vintage crock that I picked up at a local antique shop, along with these antique rolling pins. I've shown you these in recent videos, especially that little red one there. I was so excited about that one. And that last one there is actually from Hobby Lobby. Again, I'm going to add in more of those pine picks from Walmart. I love the little bits of pine cone that these have on them. I think they're so very pretty. And then we're going to finish off this little corner with these deer from Hobby Lobby and a few more of those green pieces. And this little area is good to go. To the middle section here, I am putting these cutting boards back. One is obviously just decorative, and I'm starting off with these glass jars from Walmart. These are such a great find. I think they're less than $10 each. And I'm filling one with some flour since we're going to be doing a lot of baking this month. And I'm going to also fill the other one with oatmeal. We eat a lot of oatmeal in the winter season, and having these here on the counter makes it very accessible. And I'm sure you've heard lots of people mention if you can decorate with items that you're using, it's functional. And we're going to add in some of those adorable little espresso Santa mugs that we found at HomeGoods for a sweet little touch of Christmas. I love these. To finish this counter off, we're adding in that little riser from Hobby Lobby, this plant, and this sweet little gingerbread sign, also from Hobby Lobby. And I love this sweet little baking corner. I think it was the perfect final touch. Moving to the other counter over by my stove, I'm adding in a few rubber spatulas that I think I picked up last year, either at HomeGoods or TJ Maxx, just a sweet little touch of Christmas. And then I'm also going to fill up this pinch pot. I picked this little crock up from Target this year from the Hearth and Hand line, and I think it's perfect to add in a little bit of color. This is the kosher salt that I keep right next to my stove, and it works out perfectly when I'm cooking throughout the week. I'm also going to go ahead and replace my spoon rest. I picked up that one at HomeGoods a few years ago, and then we're going to add in a few more touches of Christmas, like that sweet little Santa mug. I just look for every opportunity to put those all throughout my home. Working on my pantry door, I wanted to do something a little bit different this year, and so I decided to use one of those cedar swags that I picked up at Walmart. It came with a red ribbon already on it. However, I wanted to add in some of the ticking stripe ribbon that I recently picked up from Amazon. I got this in both a thicker piece like this and a nice thin one that I used on the Christmas tree, and I love this. I think this gives such a sweet vintage look. I love ticking stripe. It's my favorite pattern for Christmas, and I think it just adds a little personal touch to the swag. We're going to go ahead and add a small little wreath here above my stove onto my hood. This is something I've seen a lot of people do, and I contemplated it last year, but with the small little wreath I had on the pantry door, I decided not to do one here. But this year I figured I would try something new, and I am actually really loving this. This tiny little wreath here is from Hobby Lobby. I grabbed it last year, and I'm also going to add a little bit of this felt garland. I believe this is from Michael's. Again, something I picked up last year or the year before, and I ended up cutting it down and tying it off so that it would fit right here on my valance hood perfectly, and I think it looks really sweet. Over the summer, I found this antique pitcher at my favorite antique shop, Scranton Shops in Woodstock, Connecticut, and I have kept it here by my sink ever since. And I didn't want to change anything now. I love the color, the size is perfect. I love the super round shape. And so I'm using some cedar stems that I picked up at Target last year from the Hearth and Hand line. I do believe you can find them again this year. They might look slightly different, but I think they're very, very similar. And I just folded them way down so they're nice and short and kind of fanned them out of the pitcher. And then I'm also going to add in a few stems of that pine from Walmart. And then we're going to finish it off with a little bit of red berries to bring in some beautiful color. And that, my friends, is going to finish off the kitchen. I love how sweet this looks. We're going to go ahead and get started on the dining room here in just a moment. Moving into the dining room, the first thing I wanted to do was add some of those small wreaths to the windows along my back wall. So here I'm actually in my family room, and I'm using suction cups with little hooks on them that I picked up at Amazon, and I'm putting these tiny little wreaths that I grabbed at Target this year. They were such a steal. I think I paid $10 per little wreath, and that was perfect. I ended up buying 4 to go on the 4 smaller windows. I was going back and forth on whether or not I wanted to use them on my French doors in the back of my house that go out to my deck, but I'm really thankful that I use them on the windows because I think they look really, really pretty. Next up, I'm going to go ahead and add some garland to my chandelier. The chandelier is actually from Amazon, and believe it or not, you guys, on sale, I got this thing for $35. Can you even believe it? It's very similar to ones that you can find for much more at Pottery Barn or Crate and Barrel, and I love it. I think it's so pretty and simple. I didn't want anything too big since it's not a huge space. And that garland there is from Walmart. It was one of their Real Touch garlands this year, and I think it's great. I wish I had snagged more. Definitely going to invest in more of that next year if they have it again. Moving on to my dining room table, I'm starting off with a red runner. I've had this for several years. I actually believe that this was gifted to me by my mom. I think it's one that she used to use, But I love having a runner down the table here, and any opportunity to bring in that Christmas red, I will do it. And we're going to start with this antique dough bowl. Again, one of my very first purchases when I moved here to New England. I got that at a local antique shop in Putnam, Connecticut, and I love it. It was a little bit of a splurge. I think I paid around $80 for it, but it's gorgeous and it's got the perfect amount of weathering. And I'm starting with some of the seeded eucalyptus. I picked up these stems on Amazon. I've talked about these. I've shown these. I have all of this linked down in my Amazon storefront. But my goal for this dough bowl was to add beautiful little houses that I picked up from Target. These are from the Wonder Shop line. They were $5. They had something almost identical to these last year, but they were red, and I did grab those last year as well, that I plan to use in my powder room and my entryway. And I'm also going to use this beautiful eucalyptus that I picked up at Hobby Lobby this year. This is dried and preserved, and it does have some dye in it to give it this beautiful deep color, but I love it. And we're just going to layer and work around until we get everything exactly where it needs to be. And this looks so beautiful. These little houses do light up, so at night they give off a sweet little glow. And I think the dough bowl turned out perfect. It was exactly what I had in mind, and I love it. Here is the final look at the dough ball, all completed. And like I said, I think it turned out exactly as I envisioned. I think it's sweet and pretty and really full. I love all the greenery and adds such a statement piece here to my dining room table. And that, my friends, is going to bring us to the end of this kitchen and dining room decorate with me. Make sure that you are subscribed. This next video will be of my coffee bar. I am obsessed with how it turned out. I can't wait for you to see it. I hope you guys are having a beautiful holiday season, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, my friends.